Moon Baby YouTube channel. Enjoy anytime and anywhere. Subscribe for more.
Want to learn some financial strategies that will help you have the life you want? Do you want to avoid the mistakes everyone makes and be financially independent in a few years? If the answer is yes, then what you're going to hear is pure gold. If you are in your early 20s, here's what you need to do financially to secure your future. The first thing you need to do is to work or start working in a field that trains your people skills. A good example might be trying to work as a real estate agent. As well as developing the skills I mentioned, you can save some money. Besides, the program isn't fixed and you get a commission depending on how hard you work and how good you are. It takes a lot of work to get to a deal, but if you can make the first one, you'll be able to make the 10th that month. A recommendation from me would be to work more on weekends, because most real estate agents take the weekend off and then basically people are free to view properties and are more willing to spend money. There is a worldwide statistic. Most people spend more money on weekends because they are off work and then they have free time to spend. As well as the money you can earn, you gain a lot of experience and communication skills, which will later help you to be very good in whatever field you work in. Another job I'd recommend would be Barista. Why do I say that? Because I've worked in the field and I consider what I say to be tested. I've worked in a bar and learned some super useful skills. You have to serve people very well, because coffee, ultra common everywhere, can't really be innovated anymore. There's cappuccino, latte macchiato, espresso. The brand differs, but you have to find the taste of the person on the day. So it forces your mind to work and serve the man very well. That helps you a lot, especially if you're a man who doesn't like to communicate a lot. From my example, I can say that I was a man who didn't like to communicate, especially with strangers. When I worked in the bar, I learned a lot. As a bartender, you'll get a decent salary, but communication skills will also help you collect some tips, which can be generous in certain amounts. But you have to do your job very well. You learn to have a good vibe, you learn to serve people very well, and after you move on, because you don't want to be a barista all your life. Maybe you want to open your own cafe or restaurant. You will have acquired these very important communication skills. Another example would be to start a multi-level marketing. Here you could learn how to practice communicating with people very well. Products are sold by communicating with people and serving them according to their needs. Basically, you have no risk, no upfront investment, no fixed schedule. It's up to you and the skills you develop over time. You can also start, for example, affiliations with some companies. It's about those companies that already have products and you can promote them to people who need them. You just have to find people and learn how to communicate. You can also learn marketing and freelance for some companies that need marketing campaigns. Some tools you can use and learn just by going online are email lists, Facebook ads, Google ads, an Instagram page or Twitter. My recommendation is that after you learn to make a few pennies, you should learn to save some money, necessarily at a young age. Personally, I started young, not from early out, which I regret, but not very late either. You have to learn to save money early. If you can, try to save while you still get money from your parents. You don't have to save all the money, but 15-20% of it, learn to save. Later, you will convince yourself that the money you spend without counting, it satisfied your momentary, trivial needs, when in fact that amount of money could have helped you later on to have the life you want if you had used it wisely. My advice isn't to save your money until you die. I'm just saying you don't spend it on crap. One of the biggest mistakes is spending money on clothes. It's totally wrong to make a point of wearing expensive clothes. Just like all the clothes, they deteriorate, fall out of fashion, and you end up not wearing them. Think about how much money you are losing on this opulence by buying clothes, and remember that the first rule in investing is don't lose money. Warren Buffett said it. The second mistake is wasting your time. Most people waste their time with friends. It's normal to have social life, but this rush for friends and going out as much as possible will hurt you in the long run. You make money as you work. As you sit idle, you spend money. The more free time you have, the harder it is to save money. And the more you work, the more you can. The age of 20 is the best age to learn to save. If you get used to spending money on clothes, cigarettes, various fads, you'll get used to it in 10 years. If you learn to save money and then use it wisely, the habit will last you for a long time and most importantly, will help you overcome your condition and achieve financial freedom. The main mistake is to spend money impulsively, to show others that you are doing well, which actually costs you money. Most people in their 20s spend money this way, and then in their 30s or 40s, when they have families and children, to find that they no longer have this ability to spend money or even to save money to build the life they really want. If you need a car, get a cheap one. It doesn't have to be Lexus, Porsche, it doesn't have to be opulence. You have to understand that whatever decision you make to show others that you are doing well and can afford it will make you happy in the short term, but it will consume your resources of time and money. When you don't have those resources, you have nothing to build on. The future will always look uncertain because you're buying yourself something expensive right now, but it won't interest anyone. You won't have a higher social status, and on top of that, your life remains as monotonous as before. Instead, in your 20s, you could start building a very financially secure future where you know that an expensive purchase that signifies opulence doesn't affect you financially. It's far more useful to know that you are holding back at this point and at age 30 you can absolutely afford whatever you want. Thirdly, what you should do in your 20s after learning how to earn money and save money is to invest it. Exactly. That's what you need to learn. You can invest the money you've saved in a business that, for example, you don't get involved in. You can invest in a business without choosing to get physically involved. You get a percentage of the profit. This money you've saved can make you more money. It's a continuous cycle from which you benefit. You can start investing your money in the stock market. Maybe you've heard of the S&P 500 index. Basically, this index is made up of the top 500 publicly traded companies. You can invest directly in this index, so you don't have to invest in each individual company. If one company or 10 companies out of the 1500 go bankrupt, the index takes the next companies that make it into the top 500, so you don't lose out. By investing in such an index, the money you've locked in can help you produce other money, which you can in turn reinvest to produce other money. The same is true if you choose to invest in certain dividend-paying companies such as Apple, Tesla, Coca-Cola. Dividends can be used as reinvestments. This is the long-term method of making money, not keeping money in the house and losing it to inflation. Another way to invest your money is to take out a mortgage to buy a property. You save money because you studied, so you should go to the bank and after go to take the property and then rent it. Maybe at first the property doesn't earn you very much, but as time goes by, the property will appreciate and the rent will increase too. You can do one more thing and I forgot to mention it. You can now press the like and subscribe button. I wish there had been someone to teach me these things from the beginning. The advice I heard was to work really hard, have a stable job, buy a flat and a car, start a family, and that was it. That's pretty much what life is all about. Well, that's totally untrue. I understand these things and I'm glad it didn't take me too long to change my lifestyle and money making. That's why I try to make videos like this with you to show you that there are other opportunities. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this information helpful. Bye bye.